Alright guys, got another short video for you here. My friend from the old tree service dropped off his 200T. It's hard to start, doesn't want to stay running. See if I can kind of get it. The intake manifold is ripped. So we'll clean this thing off and check it over, make sure nothing else is going on. These things are known to have finicky carburetors if you have the one with the accelerator pump. So you can either just block the circuit off under that Welsh plug, or there is a rebuild kit for it, but I don't really recommend doing it. I don't notice a difference whether it has the pump or not. They seem to run just as good in my opinion. But also, we're going to check the muffler, make sure that's tight and it's not cracked. They come loose and crack with age. But other than that, these things are pretty solid. They're tough to beat. Other than compared to a ported 2511, it's hard to beat that lightweight. But most guys still love these. So we'll keep you posted on part 2 after I get this cleaned up and see how it's running. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, gonna try to get you a little bit of this removal process. Out of the way. Already got the choke rod popped off. Already drained the gas, otherwise it's gonna come shooting out of there. That easy. I say really like these style pliers for working on chainsaws. I do just about everything with these. They're really blunt, so they're great for working on manifolds and fuel lines too sometimes. Look at that. Classic ripped intake boot. A little squirt. Alright guys, got the intake manifold installed. Sorry I didn't really record it. I just kind of pull up on this handle with this screw out. I leave the front 2 in. Just push it through here. Pry up on that retainer block. pull the old one off, and then pop the new one on, spray a little bit of lube on there, push that retainer block back down, and you know, fish it right back through there, and you know, put my screw back in there. But and we're ready to put the carburetor back on. So I just lift up on this choke rod, just to get past there, and I come in from the side, you know, my favorite pair of pliers. Give the throttle a little squeeze just to get it in there, and then bam, slides right down. And the choke rod will pop right in. Then I'm gonna get my favorite pair of pliers for working on chainsaws. I come in here, pop that fuel line back on. I already got the vent line back in there. So get this carb backing plate back on, or the air filter backing plate. Got 2 8mm screws. That AV mount screw back in there. Got our summer winter plate back on there. And let me clean this fuel tank out. You had a ton of crud down in there, you know, and got some clean fuel in there, and give it a test run here in a minute. All right, guys, we got my friend's saw all back together. Torn intake boot. Kind of common on these things, you know. It's especially you get these things stuck in a cut, you know, you start yanking on it, you know, you're pulling on that intake manifold, and that was half of the crud floating in the fuel tank. You should have seen the amount of stuff that came out when I blew it out. But we'll get a video of this thing running here in a minute. We'll see how it runs with this new intake boot. Kill switch isn't working, so we'll take a look at that. You know, probably just one of these wires in there, but at least we got it running good now. You know, Chewy should be happy. Just try to do better on that fuel tank, buddy. Take care of this thing. All right, guys, so I got the handle apart. It was just this one wire from the coil came loose, so just repinched those terminals a little bit, and just pop back onto the tab. And pop this guy back in place. And get that screw back in there. a tab up. Alright, we'll have to get a test cut of it. Kind of afraid to use this chain, so maybe we'll dig up one of my own chains, but we'll see how this thing's cutting.